Impossibly easy cherry custard pie.
Let's see what's cooking. Let's get the facts. Let's see what's cooking. It's time for Yo-Yo Max 12.
Hello everyone, I found this recipe in this book, Bisquick Impossibly Easy Pies. I actually found the book at a thrift store and I've made quite a few recipes out of it. It's been quite interesting. Now what I liked about this recipe, which I thought was unusual, is you start off with a can of cherry pie filling, but you have to drain it. And I've never done this before. I've never had to drain a can of cherry pie filling. So I put it in a sieve over a bowl because you want to save that liquid that's in that can, and then I used a wooden spoon just to gently move the cherries around until they separated from the liquid that's in the can. So this is what you have left when you drain it, and hold on to that stuff in that bottom bowl because we're going to use it later. Half a cup of original Bisquick mix in a medium-sized bowl. If you can't find this where you live, you can always find a copycat recipe online. Quarter cup of granulated sugar, 3/4 of a cup of milk, 2 tablespoons of softened butter, and a 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract, and 2 eggs. Now I actually put a teaspoon of almond extract because I love almond extract. And then whisk this together until it's mostly smooth, until you get most of those little lumps of Bisquick blended in. Then pour it into a greased 9-inch pie plate. Then take those cherries that you separated and you're just going to spread them around the pie plate so that you have cherries in all parts of the pie. So when you slice this up, every slice will have a few cherries in it. Now, I had all that liquid left over, so what I decided to do was to take some of that liquid, which I thought was kind of a shame to throw it out, and I just added a few dollops of it all around the pie. As you can see, I'm putting like little teaspoonfuls of it all around the pie, and it actually turned out quite nice. You get little pockets of this after you bake it, so I recommend that you do this. Then you're going to put this in a 400-degree oven for 30 to 35 minutes until a knife inserted in the center comes out clean. And this is what it does when it's in the oven. See, I actually took video of it because it puffed up so much on the edges. It was really cool. Then while that's baking and you're waiting, you can make the Streusel top for this. Streusel topping is a 1/4 cup of the Bisquick mix. You're going to add into that 1/4 cup of packed brown sugar, and it just would not come out of that measuring cup. Then a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. I put about a whole teaspoon because my husband loves cinnamon, so I added extra. And then you just mix that around until it's mostly combined. Then you'll add a tablespoon of softened butter, and you're going to blend that butter in. You can cut it in with a couple of butter knives or a pastry blender. I just used a spoon first, and I switched to my fingers, which really you can't beat when it comes to making this kind of topping, until it looks like kind of like coarse crumbs. So once your pie is baked enough, the recipe says to take it out, put the Streusel topping on the top, and then put it back in the oven for 5 minutes until it's brown. Well, I'm telling you, 5 minutes is not going to make this brown. It's not. What it's going to do, if you wait until that Streusel top is brown, your pie is going to be burnt to a crisp. So I put mine in for about 10 minutes, and the Streusel edges got a little bit brown, but I took it out, and it was okay. And there's my completed pie. You can see how the edge got quite dark because I had to put it back in the oven. So what I'm going to recommend is that you bake this for about 20 minutes, then add your Streusel topping, and then finish for another 10 and 15 minutes after that to crisp up the Streusel on the top and to finish baking the pie. But it still turned out okay. There it is. You're going to let it cool to room temperature and then chill it in the refrigerator thoroughly before you slice it up. It'll just be easier to slice. And there it is. You see you have little pockets of cherry. The Streusel topping is delicious. And it makes like a little crust on the bottom. So it says custard pie, but it's not custardy really. It's a little bit more firm than custard. This was absolutely delicious. And half the pie was gone at the first time I took it out of the refrigerator. My family members loved it. And I will be making this one again for sure. Now what you can also do is all that liquid that you drained out, whatever you don't use in the pie, you can use as a topping for your pie and serve it as like a drizzle on the top of it if you wanted to. I love Bisquick and its versatility, and I love their impossibly easy pie recipes. I've done them before. Here's one. It's a hot dog pie and mac and cheese pie, and I've also put all my recipes using Bisquick on a playlist. Thanks for watching.